Hello, everybody from around the world. How are you today? This is Samson coming to you from Los Angeles, California. And today we have a very special guest to go host with me, Mr. Voss from Long Beach. How are you doing, Voss?
I'm good, Samson, but I should be saying that to you. We have a very special guest, a global entrepreneur, Mr. Samson Lee from Southern California.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm really well, Samson. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Very busy right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same here.
Yeah, I mean, I've been talking to Canada, I've been talking to Malaysia, I've been talking to Singapore, I've been talking to many people, you
So
know.
you're up all hours of the day.
Well, yeah, like yesterday, I was up at about 5 a.m. getting
Uh-huh.
for a webinar for one of the teams in Malaysia. It's very exciting, but it's exciting times. And, as a matter of fact, boss, why don't we go ahead and say hello to everybody out there around the world?
Well, there are a lot of people. I want to say welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here with us. I know your time is very valuable, and I'm telling you, this conversation that I'm having with Samson Lee, Mr. Samson Lee, who is a global entrepreneur, as you already know, it's going to be pretty amazing. So I want to welcome you and thank you for being here.
Well, thank you. And thank you for taking the time to co-host with, to be a part of the system,
Yeah.
to help people around the world. So today, I was just looking at the attendees list. We have people from all over.
We do.
I'll just give a quick shout out. I see, hello, Vancouver. I mean, there's so many people on. Hello, Vancouver. Wave. The chat is open, so feel free to comment. We got Michelle in Malaysia. Yeah. I was just talking with her and her people.
Uh-huh.
We have people from Vancouver.
Yeah.
We have people from Austin. We have people from Dallas, Los Angeles, Malaysia, different parts of Malaysia, Dallas, Hong Kong. Hello, Stella. We have people from everywhere tonight.
Wow.
And Alex from Venezuela. Hello, Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
Wow, there's so many people.
Yeah,
I'm just going down this list.
That's right. More and more people logging in. So
logging in.
So tonight, I think it's a good time. We have about a little bit more than 1 week till October 31st, which is the end of the Jeunesse Elite 2020 promotion.
Yeah.
Right? And during this time, the last 2 months, a lot of people from around the world are breaking ranks, making already achieving their goals. I mean, I have people who were already achieved their new jade, pearl, sapphire, sapphire 25, sapphire 50, sapphire elite, ruby, emerald, and even diamond. All right,
ton of them.
So people are working. So now, what's interesting is, I know we were talking a little bit before the webcast.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier today, I was talking with a very good leader, very dedicated leader, our Dennis Chow in Toronto, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he's running hard in his team. He already have one new Ruby in his team as of right now. Wow. You know who it is? You know who it is?
Tell me.
It's Okan.
What? Oh, right, Okan.
Right. Yeah. And there's two other leaders chasing. So I'm not going to say anything yet.
Yeah.
And same thing, Dennis. I mean, he is rocking. I think this month is his best month ever.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
One thing it comes to mind, though, as I was chatting with him, there's a lot of new people starting the Jeunesse business. As we go share the message, a lot of people is jumping on board. Besides using the product as a customer, they're jumping on board as a distributor. So they are very excited. And as I was talking with Dennis, it is important that as leaders that we are available to them, especially for the new people. So for those of you out there around the world, if you just got started, make sure you have 3 contacts in your upline. So that means at least your sponsor, maybe their sponsor, and then maybe their sponsor or the leader above. At least three people, get to know them, get their name, get their phone number, get the contact information, and leverage them. I mean, ask for help, ask for directions. Get introduced, ask your sponsor to introduce you to them. So a lot of times, what I have found, boss, when we build a business, is that our organization gets very big.
Yeah.
And the new people, if they're further down and they join a little bit later, they get lost, or they don't know who to go to, because sometimes,
Sure.
that's the way. That's why we promote and encourage everybody to come on the webinars and webcasts, so that they can at least know people and
Yeah.
see people around the world and start learning the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for those of you who are on the webinar tonight, congratulations. So you are a part of the system. So welcome, all right? So Voss, now we're talking, and one of the points that came out was, well, especially for new people joining now, right? Now, would you encourage them to chase the Elite 2020 promotion?
Oh my gosh, of course. You got a week left. There's so much money that can be still earned, especially the way you said it, Samson. There are so many people like, but the person that sponsored you and the one above that and the person above that, they're all committed. They're all committed to your success. That's what's so great about this, right? So I think when you have a week left, there's so many people like you mentioned Dennis in Toronto and Okan. They're actually committed to you and your success, as well as myself and Samson and so many other leaders around the world. And that this week is very important, because this is what's going to take you into November, which is a holiday month. And we've always seen some exciting things during holiday month where most companies take a break, right? And then December, most importantly, 2021, Samson. This is what's going to, the platform that we're going to use this next week.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I just want to give a quick shout out to Giden in Bhutan. Oh my gosh, we have somebody from Bhutan here.
Wow. Giden, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, just a quick shout out also to Lily. So she said hello, to me and you, Voss, from
Hello,
Malaysia.
hello, Lily.
Remember Lily is doing great. She's a great smile, a lot of energy. So Voss, so what would you do? Somebody's starting out. What would you do? Now we have, of course, we have about 8 days left in the promotion. Okay, so somebody start today. What do you encourage them to do?
I think the first thing is really determine what is it that they're looking for. Okay, obviously it's important to know where you're at, right? It's kind of like a roadmap. What do we do when we get GPS, right? It tells you where the starting point is. Like when you go to a mall, you say, you look at that guide, the map, right? You say, okay, where am I at? I'm here. And what do I want to get to? And once you determine that, what do you want to achieve, right? So we have a week left. There's so many things that you may want to achieve. And I think determining that's number one. First, more foremost, before you do anything, because at that point, you know where to go. You know what the roadmap is. So you may see some things that you want, or you may want some different things than other people. So it's really about you, what's important to you.
Yeah, well, that's a good starting point, right? So now, if we were role playing, I'd say, Voss, I want to make money. Show me the money. Now, what are you going to say?
Well, I said, well, Samson, I can show you the money, but what's important to you about the money, first of all?
Nice. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, because
I want to, better my lifestyle, maybe go shopping more, travel more. I mean, can I do that in Jeunesse?
You can, but let's determine where do you want to shop at and where do you want to travel to. So if you had a choice of place to travel to, Samson, where would you go?
Oh, Bhutan.
Bhutan. There you go. I've never been to Bhutan. And what do you want to see when you get there?
The what do they call that? The temple that hangs on the side of a cliff. Is that
yeah.
I forgot what it's called. It's amazing.
Well, I mean, there are so many these sites around the world, right, Samson? So I'm asking you, so you want to go to this temple, see this temple. What's important to you about that?
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. And I heard it's a very peaceful place, a lot of wonders.
So if there was a choice for you to travel to Bhutan to see this beautiful temple, to see it's one of the great wonders and people love the place, what would that do for you?
I think well, first I would definitely want to get there in first class.
Of course, yeah. I forgot to ask you, how are you going to get there, right? On a horseback, on a buggy, or a car, or on first class airplane?
Yeah, well, I'll probably take a car up and just hope we don't drive off the cliff. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, but you're right, boss. Right. Like maybe I do need to sit down and set a budget, right?
Yes. I think it's important, because I think at that point, because people say, okay, I want a car. Okay, what type of car do you want? that vision board comes into play, right? When you create something where you want to go to Bhutan, you want a certain car, you want to travel here, you want to do these things. I want to go shopping. Where do you want to go? So if you put it on a vision board, you can actually see what you want to do instead of just talking about it. Because I think a lot of the times I've been guilty of this also. I talk about things, but I'm not specific to what I really want.
Yeah, very good. Very good, boss. So I hope all of you got that, taking notes. We definitely need to fine tune what we really want. The more clear the possible. Now, I would say from my experience, over the last 11 years in Jeunesse, that a little bit of it is, definitely, maybe at the beginning, we're not clear what we want yet,
Mm-hmm.
but it becomes more clear and clear. And just like, as you were asking me,
Mm-hmm.
if I wanted a car, what kind of car I want, right?
Yeah.
So we got to be specific. So if you were going to ask the universe
Yeah.
about, about something, you might as well be specific or you never get it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So now I would say that now we have 8 days left in the promotion. So Vaz, okay. So what rank should I try to get to make some money here?
Well, first of all, you want to shoot for executive. First of all, right? You have to enroll two people who who are looking for something else in life also, and that's important. Also, how you ask those people, because a lot of the time, Samson, I've seen people, and I've done it myself. I want to enroll them into what's important to them that I think is important. Oh, Samson should make a lot of money. Samson should get a new car or travel to Europe, but that's not where he wants to go. He wants to go to Bhutan. And he doesn't want to go car. He wants to go shopping at wherever he wants to go, right? Or they would drive wherever. So I think it's important that I have a conversation with Samson to discover what's important to him rather than what's important to me. Because let's say what's important to me is this pouch here. It might not be important to Samson. Because if I talk about this pouch to Samson, it may go over his head. I don't understand what you're talking about. This is not for me. I don't want to talk about a pouch. I want to talk about Bhutan. I want to talk about shopping at Gucci or wherever you want to go shopping at. I think we need to determine that, because most of the time I've seen Samson, people have conversation and it's about what's important to ourselves rather than asking the person what's important to you. Like when I asked you what's important to you, I want to travel to Bhutan. I want to see this beautiful temple that's hanging on the side of the cliff, and I want to go shopping. So that's what's important. And if we focus on that, I believe that we'll get deeper into the important things that Samson wants or other people want that you're trying to, not that you're trying, but you're enrolling in the conversation of what they want. And I think the first rank is having two people to partner up with, to join your team, to travel, to go on this journey with. And then from there, you go to the next step and the next step. And I think what you want to achieve, especially this week, it's really about having many, many, many conversations. So you got to really put aside games, put aside, the conventions, put aside what's going on right now, the debates, put everything aside and really focus on what you want. I think that's important.
Well, I need to make so if somebody out there, okay, if they ask you, no, I'm going to get started right now. I want to make $1,000 this month. Can I do that, Voss?
Oh, yes, you can.
Okay,
you can. So the first thing is you have to determine, okay, you got started, right? Now you want to buy the biggest package in the as a new partner in the business. The reason why is you want to be able to experience all the products. Okay, and it's about 17 to 23% below wholesale. So it's kind of a no-brainer, right, Samson? So once you have this large package, because people are going to ask you, well, Voss, how did you get started? Well, I started with a small package, toe in the water package. No, I started with the biggest package because I want to experience all the products, right? And you have conversations, and they're going to say, well, let's say I'm speaking to Samson, and Samson, I started with the largest package because Samson, it made perfect sense to me, because I get a deeper discount on the product, and I get to experience all the products. Because if I don't, how can I share that with people, right? And then Samson said, well, monkey see, monkey do. I want to do the same thing. So let's say you have one conversation and another conversation. So those packages, you earn these bonuses. And with these bonuses.
And what do I do after I buy the package?
Well, first of all, you receive you buy the package, right? And then you want to make a list of all the people who you know that without how do I say it? Without what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for this word, Samson. Without judging anyone on your list, because sometimes we get on our phone and we I was coached on how to build this business, right? I write a list of 100 names. So first I determine what I want. Second, the list of 100 names. And then sometimes I said, okay, well, that person, no, I don't want to talk to that person. What about this person? No, I don't want to talk to that person either. Let me see this one, maybe. So what happens is we get to judge people and we don't even know those people if they're going to be interested or not. I'll tell you an example as a Samson. My sponsor was an amazing gentleman. He has started the business September 9th the first few weeks of the business starting. And 2.5 years later, he came and he had a conversation about Jeunesse. I said, yes, I'm interested. I want to start. And I started with the biggest package without him even telling me because I heard it's a deeper discount. And then I said, Patrick, I'm curious. Why didn't you ask me about this before? He said, because I didn't think you to do this. Wow. So that could be a bad hair day, right? Right? Where you're not asking people. So I think it's really important not to judge anyone and write everyone's name down.
Yeah.
And then I say, take the top 12 people, because it takes 12 people to get to each stage of the business to be director level, right? Take those 12 people, especially the ones that are going to say yes to you, like your parents. Mom, I just started this business. Dad, I started this business, right? I want to enroll them in this conversation, and they'll help you just because who they are. But sometimes they may not. You just have to understand they may not. But I think the first 12 people that you speak to and enroll, and then you go to the next. So I think it's having 12 people in play is really important, meaning 12 people you talk to, and then let's say one says, I'm not interested, okay, add one more. So you always have that 12 people on that list.
Nice. So I can read between the lines there, or hear between the lines there. I caught it a little bit. Also, of course, you said the top 12 people, right?
Yes.
Right. So my advice for all of you out there, remember, if you want the best business, you got to find the best people to be your partners, right? So you got to find the best. So I would say, like, a lot of times I find that people have a misconception when they talk to people. Like you said, it's a very good idea. Do not prejudge anything, because we really don't know what's in somebody's heart. We really don't know what's their real situation in life, right? So you just got to go through the numbers, and the faster you do it, the better, right? And how do we do that? So that we got to do the basic things, right? We gotta pique their interest, warm up, get to know, talk to them. People don't care what you say until they know that you care about them. See how they are, right? Ask the question, right? And we can go by FORM, for example, which FORM, form, or family, occupation, recreation, and money. Those are the subjects we can talk about. Again, it's family, occupation, recreation, and money. So all those things we talk about with our friends anyway, right? And when you ask, instead of telling them, why don't you ask them, how are they? How's your family? How are the kids? What you've been up to? What activities have you been up to? Right? I learned to ask questions using, well, in English, the question words. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. Right? So who are you with? Oh, the kids, great. What were they doing? How are they doing? And then, oh, you guys planning any vacation yet after the lockdown? Maybe go find something exciting to do. Do you plan anything yet? Where do you plan to go? All right. So when you ask a question, you start to have a real conversation. And I would say that maybe, and the warm up part, your intention to warm up is to open the channel, open heart to heart talk, right? And then if they are open, if you find some hot buttons, maybe they can invite, right?
And I think in the beginning, what I do is when I do make a call, Samson, I make it intentional by saying, hey, listen, let's say I'm calling Samson, right? Hey, Samson, this is a very intentional call. I know we haven't talked for a long time, but I want to catch up with you also.
Oh, so intentional. I said, oh, what's intentional, Bob?
Because see, the thing is, I don't want to go behind the bushes. I don't want to be secretive about it. All of a sudden, oh, let me talk to you about Jeunesse, right? I don't want to talk that way. I want to be intentional, meaning I have an intention. The reason I'm calling, there's a very important reason I'm calling, especially if you haven't talked to that person for a long time, or even if you talk to them on a regular basis. And after I put that out there, then I say, well, tell me about what's happening. Again, form that you use about what's going on in their life, right? It's really important because I believe when you ask questions, people start talking, right? People start talking, because if you start talking about yourself, people don't care. They don't care how much you know. They want to know how much you care about them, as you said, Samson. So I think it's really important to discover that, and along that route, they're going to divulge information for you, like what's not working for them. Like, for example, the kids or whatever they're dealing with, school or work,
Job,
they're going to tell, yeah, the job, yeah, the
money,
job, their business, money,
investment.
yeah, they're going to talk to you about it, and you just dig deeper and deeper inside. So tell me more about that. Tell me more about your job. I thought you loved your job. Not, I know you hate your job, because if you say, I know you hate your job, they're going to put up a wall and say, no, I love my job. What are you talking about? Right? Instead, say, oh my God, I thought you loved your job. No, I don't like it at all. What is it that you don't like about it? And most of the time they'll tell you what it is. And that's when you could say, you know, hey, listen, this is one of the reasons I really called you, was really, I want to share something with you. Remember you said you don't like that job at work, whatever the reason is, maybe the boss or coworkers. I thought you loved it, but this is what I have. I want to share an opportunity with you. So
Well,
that's
I'm
one of the
so
ways.
surprised, boss. I'm so surprised. I thought you love your job.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Now what?
Samson,
Are you looking for another opportunity?
well, you know, Samson, I'm looking for something different because it's pandemic. I'm sitting at home. Let's just say I'm looking for something, right? I'm sitting at home. I don't know what to do. I don't even know if that job's there for me when I go back, because I don't know if the company's going to exist. I don't know what the boss, if they have gotten rid of me or not, or they're going to maybe hire somebody at a lower price. I don't know what they've been thinking, but I've been thinking I want to do something different. I want to take charge of
I
my
know
life.
how you feel, man. You know, a lot of my friends are in the same boat. But
Uh-huh.
after talking to them, you know, they want to look for something that's stay at home business.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of having your own business?
You know, I have thought, but I never knew how to get started. It seems like so complicated. You know, all these young people are out there making money on social media and doing this and that. I don't know how.
Oh, well, you know what? Hey, I know somebody who does. You should meet them. Maybe they can give you some tips, give you some direction. What do you think?
I'm
It's a
very
good friend of
open.
mine. It's a
Yeah.
good friend of mine, I know for years, and I saw her do really well. And
Mm-hmm.
now her business has spread more than 100 countries.
Oh. So
It's
what?
this lady I know for years. My
Yeah.
friend Kim, you must meet her.
Yeah. So what's in it for me, Sam? I know she's very successful
Well,
around the
you
world.
want to find an opportunity, right?
I
Now,
do. I do.
okay. Now, what do you think about making money? Are you excited about making money?
I am more than ever
We
before.
all are, right? So
Yeah.
you know what? She's the lady.
Yeah.
I've seen her
Yeah.
help people become millionaires.
Yeah.
You know, like some people that just have that great heart of gold that just
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
help people. Like
Yeah.
they already climbed the ladder. They're at the top of the
Sure.
mountain. They
Sure.
just want to, you know, teach other people the mindset. You know, one of the most difficult things, Voz, you know, getting ahead is how you think, right? How do you
Yeah.
look at opportunity? Because
Yeah.
doing any business is risky, right? So you want
Yes.
to find something that's solid and work with solid people, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
do. I
exactly.
do.
So hey,
And
yeah, do you have time later? You know what? I think she's pretty busy, but
yeah.
I can probably get you in with her because I know her really well. I know her for what 15 years now.
Yeah.
So she's like, you know how me and you are pretty tight.
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah.
her are pretty tight too. So you'll
Oh,
meet
okay.
her.
And
Oh
you know,
yeah.
Samson, I don't need $1 million. I just want to survive. I just want to be able to pay my bills and just get by.
No, you know what? Survive here.
Yeah.
Well, everybody got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
But you got to change that vocabulary already. Besides surviving, you got to thrive.
Oh, got it. Got it. Okay. Well, she sounds like someone who knows more about, about
Making
creating.
money.
Yeah, making
Exactly.
money more than
Yeah.
I do right
Okay.
now, because
So how
I'm.
about this? Look, are you so you know, okay, so all those of you out there, you know, this is role playing, it's a lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the next thing I would say is boss, hey, you know, look, let me look, are you gonna be free for the next hour? Let me you know, message her and see if she's free. If she's free, I can hook you up right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
So
clear my
sometimes
schedule.
folks out there, you know, look, me and Voss just role play real quick. I got to the point real fast
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you know if I find out, you know, oh, Voss hot bunny, he doesn't like his job, you know, he maybe think about opportunity, and that's why I
Yeah.
offered him. And I
Yeah.
didn't specifically say what it is. I didn't explain anything, but
Sure.
you know what? I know somebody who's successful. If you talk about making money, and I asked Voss directly, and
Yeah.
he said, "Yeah, of course, making money." But at the same time,
Yeah.
if you know, I mirror what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
I say, oh man, everybody loves making money, right? You say, of course, making money. I say, everybody likes making money.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's that little bit in interpersonal action, the interaction between the two people that can like spark things off. And sometimes it's got to take the lead. And I gave the lead by asking question. I asked Vaz,
my job.
About your job, right? And then you say, I thought you had, even though I know you hate it, right? I would say, I thought you love your job. What happened, right? And so, folks, a lot of times in this business, you gotta have some fun. Don't always say the expecting things, and you know what? Because the business is not for everybody, right? It's for people that are open, who are looking.
Sure.
I mean, if it was a real case, Voss would be on the phone with Kim, just like that.
I would. And the thing is, you're right about that, because like you said, you want people who are driven, who are looking for things, who are entrepreneurs, who are successful. So instead of looking at the person that's not doing it, or disempowered with life, I want to talk to the people who are sharp, the people that I look up to. So I've always used a scale 1 through 10, right? Let's say I'm a 5. I'm an average person on the scale. And I know some people who look up to me. Those are, let's just say, 1, 2, or 3, or 4. Okay. Then I see somebody like Samson. He's successful. He's an entrepreneur. He travels all over the world. I know that phone weighs 1,000 pounds when I want to call Samson, because, oh my gosh, what's Samson going to say? What is he going to think? He already makes money. He's not going to want this. But Samson's the one who's waiting for my call, because I am the same way, because that successful person is always looking for something more.
Very good.
Rather than the person who's disempowered with life and things like that. But that, you're not discounting them, but those are the first people you want to talk to, right? You want to talk to those people because they know other people who are more successful than they are.
That's right. And you know what? That's the point. To sum it up, you said it very good. And because look, if like I said earlier, if we want the most successful team, we got to have the most successful partners, right? And so we should talk to people who are successful, and people who are successful. They know, they have the self-confidence. They know they can do something. They went through the process. You know what? Success can be learned. All I have to do is step by step. Look, if I go to IKEA, okay, buy a dresser where you have to put the case together, the drawers, like there's 1,000 screws there. How do we start? You know what? Start at number 1, the instruction, number 1, and then you go from number 1 to number 2 to number 3, right?
I have to tell you something. I've gone to other steps. I know what I'm doing. Let me look at this. Oh, this screw goes there. I know afterwards I have leftover screws, and that's not put together because I didn't follow step 1, step 2, step 3.
You're like, okay, what's the first step? Wait, how does it look at the end?
Yes.
Okay. So no, but to be honest, one of the things that, especially lately, I have a lot of teams, like Michelle, like Dennis, like, other like Mary and Joanne Teal, they're all like chasing ranks, right? The whole team, like Jeremy out there and other people, they're chasing the ranks, right? Like Maria, like Okan and all of them. Well, one of the thing is that, you don't know how big you're going to win unless you get in the game. Number 1, you don't know how big you're going to win if you don't put that effort in and not looking at the result. Do you think Michael Jordan, one of the best basketball players of all time, do you think at the beginning when he was young, sitting maybe in a court just doing free throws over and over again, that someday he'll become the best player in the world? Maybe not. Maybe he thought he wanted that.
That's what he wanted,
But he put the action behind it to achieve it. At the same time, he's one of the highest scorer in the NBA. But he also, the percentage of misses, we also miss thousands of shots too. That's life. That's the journey of life. We have to get in the game to win. And if you only knew that if you win in Jeunesse, oh my gosh, like free trip to Dubai, Iceland, Alaska, Mediterranean cruise, right? All over the world, right? And then it's like, if you build it right, you have people buying the product for consumption, and then you have a team that's constantly working and growing. Even if you stop for a few months, there's income still coming in. It's like, what?
Yeah.
But that's the reality. That's the system of the business.
Yeah.
You get rewarded for other people's effort, but you get rewarded for your big effort. And if their
Yeah.
effort is big too, you get double that. It's not
Yeah.
in our business. I like to put it, it's not 1 + 1 = 2. If you have the right people, it's 1 + 1 = 10 or 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 or millions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one of the things I try to encourage people to share is, look, it doesn't matter who you talk to. You got to talk to somebody. No closed mouth gets fed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, right?
That's true.
You don't open your mouth, no rice for you. It's such an Asian thing, right? But no steak for you, no French fry for you. No
And I've been off rice for a while now because I've been on this detox and ignite phase of the Zen Body Project, right? So I'm not feeding rice anymore. I'm eating vegetables and stuff. So
that's carbs too, right? Now,
yeah. Well,
but the important point is this, here's the thing I always encourage all of you to do out there. We gotta, when we first work the business, we gotta know what the skills are. Like we talked about earlier, the first 20, 30 minutes, we talk about inviting, how to warm up and invite, right? And me and you, we role play, we show that, right? Invite them to talk to somebody, invite them to a website, invite them to a video, right, etc. Invite them to an event, right? Like in Asia Pacific, there's a big event this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, the Asia Pacific regional expo event. So they're going to have promotion, exciting, great speakers, a lot of training. I mean, it's going to be great. And I know a lot of people out there, they're actually getting together, having a watch party, like together, not on Facebook, but together.
Yeah.
So there'll be thousands of people out there doing it. And that's how people can get enrolled. They feel a part of the family. They get to know the culture, get to know the people, get to know the story, right?
Yeah.
But the thing I was always say is you got to take some action. And if you if you work the basic skills, you learn just how to pique interest and invite. You're always one person away from explosion. I always like to use our double diamond director, Yvonne Yen, as an example, because I didn't know her before, right? And then it's through somebody else that I met her. And when first she started, I see she's sharp and all that, but I don't know how she will turn out. I don't know if she will come in and give up, or I don't know how hard she will work, but she ended up working hard, right? And then that consistent, I only have time to work with people who work the business. You see? It's important for everybody out there. If you're on this webinar, you want it. You got to have a team. You got to learn to communicate, be open to communicating, build a good relationship with your sponsor, your team, your downline and your upline. Everybody in the group, in the community. That's how we can leverage and ask for help and ask for experience and wisdom. Well, 10, 11 years later, after, Yvonne came in, she has hundreds and thousands of people in more than 100 countries. Can you imagine that? One person can down the road bring 100, literally, not 100, not 200, not 300, more than that, hundreds and thousands of people using products, doing the business, loving it, making money, traveling, people's life being changed. The winning big, when you get on the other side, oh my gosh, it's like, it's not the grass is greener. It's like the leather smells better in the fancy car. Right? The house is bigger on the other side, like the first class airplane ticket is waiting for you. With Jeunesse. So a lot of times, look, Jeunesse is an incredible vehicle, and it has amazing infrastructure, staff all over the world, and people are creating their dreams. The question is, do you want it or not? Right? Now, 8 days till the end of the promotion. People got to take action when?
Now, right?
Get it done, right? And, now, go ahead.
And I have a question, Sam. So I want you to elaborate on, for example, when we talk to people, remember I mentioned and you mentioned about not judging people? What if you had not had a conversation with the person that led you to Yvonne?
That's right.
So tell us about that, the importance of not leaving anyone out. There wouldn't be an event if you didn't open your mouth and talk, like you said. No mouth, no closed mouth gets fed. Yeah. That's right. Tell us about that, because a lot of people don't know the story, because they say, well, I don't know people like Yvonne. I don't know these people. I don't know these entrepreneurs.
Well, I mean, it's kind of it was really unexpected. I mean, nobody can tell the future. Maybe maybe some fortune tellers, right?
Yeah,
But I'm not a fortune teller, right?
yeah, yeah.
So what happened was when I first started, it was a year before I started Jeunesse.
Uh-huh.
That I went to a home party, a dinner party, and they were passing cards around, all business people, just friends, trying to meet some new people. And I was at my friend's house, and this lady does insurance. She gave me her card. Well, anyway, I didn't think of anything. At that time, Skype was popular already. I got her Skype, say hello once in a while. She travels from California to Hong Kong to Taiwan to China. I didn't think too much. So anyway, when I start Jeunesse, I saw her on Skype. She's, it shows that she's online, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I say, hello, long time no see. How you doing?
Yeah.
Where are you? Right?
Yeah.
So start a little conversation. And then after that, she just asked I asked her what she's been up to, what she's doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's just typing, right? Typing is not very efficient. So then she asked me, what am I doing? I say, I'm thinking, oh, I'm glad she asked.
Yeah.
I said, I just started a new business,
Yeah.
and it's about anti-aging. Yeah. I said, that's a huge market, don't you think? Yeah. And she said, oh yeah, I would love to hear more.
Yeah.
I said, okay, great. So I said, oh, so when are you going to be back in LA? Oh no, next month. I said, good. We should meet up. And she said, yes, and that was it. So when she got back, I follow up. Follow up is everything.
Yeah.
Okay, follow up is very important. So I remember to call her. I put on my calendar to call her such and such day. Hey, are you back yet? Blah 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 blah. We met up. She signed up right away with the biggest package.
Wow.
She wanted to stay young. She's an older lady. She wanted to stay young. And then the next day, without me knowing, she signed up Yvonne.
Wow.
She said, "Oh, come on, explain the business to her." She signed up, but don't know what it is. But later, I had met Yvonne and went to her house to explain to her, right?
Yeah.
So, and Yvonne didn't think too much.
Yeah.
But what's to lose, right? You get some good products, and I mean, for the money you spend, you could have lost it in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So she and then she started, but at the beginning, she did it her way because she was a financial planner. So she had the habit of just meeting people, explain, and then sign them up with a enrollment package, and over and over and over again. But her group wasn't really growing, until later, because she was working hard. We noticed that, and again, no prejudge, nothing. I don't know how she's gonna do, but if she's working hard, we should help, right? Who knows where it leads?
Sure.
So then, anyway. And nowadays, that was the origin story, okay? Well, so I don't know who Yvonne was, but it was then that first time I met her. And then in the business, she showed up for the meeting, but she didn't bring her people because she said, "Oh, my people, they don't come to meetings." Right? Okay. So she didn't have. She slowly learned the mindset, and then after that, it switched just like that, and she just started skyrocketing up. That's how it went.
So one of the things I want to really bring up is what you said about your friend that you met at the dinner party. You got her card, and when you call back, you ask, "What are you up to?" Like you asked about her. Yeah. A lot of the times we get so excited, Samson. We want to share about Jeunesse and about resveratrol and reserve and everything else with people, rather than finding out, "Hey, how are you, Samson? What are you up to?" Until they say, "What are you up to?" I've been waiting for that question, right? So I think it's really important that we allow them to ask questions. Allow them to speak, to find out, because I think in the conversation, you'll really find, if you really listen, what they are looking for in life.
Yeah. Well, now on the other spectrum, okay, now I would say that actually I had the conversation with Michelle earlier today. So it was like 2 in the morning for her. So it's like 11 o'clock here, right?
Yeah.
So she's in Malaysia. So it came up that one of the reasons why we don't teach any script. We don't teach you exactly what to say because everybody's different, right?
Yeah.
So for example, with me and you, okay, boss, we are good friends for many years now.
Yes.
You know how I am. I know how you are. Yeah. I know what drives you because, you're a business person. We're talking about money. I know your eyes light up. We're talking about having fun. Your eyes light up, right? So I know what to say to you, right? Yeah. So, but it would be something that if I know, if I show my absolute confidence in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, boss, hey. What's going on, man? Hey, you know what? I just came on something big. You have time to talk right now?
Mm-hmm.
I need to have a serious conversation. You're the first person I thought of.
Yeah.
You know, why? Well, why? Because well, you're a business person. I have an opportunity. I just found out. I want to talk to you about it, see what you think about it.
Yeah.
So that's a different approach, right?
Sure. Sure.
But I have enough confidence because the other thing, why people will listen to you is because of trust. But if you don't have your belief, why would they trust what you say?
Yeah.
If you don't have belief in what you say, why would they trust you? What you say, regardless of how well they know you, right? If you have a little bit of doubt, I can pick it up easily from anybody.
Yeah, easy.
Right?
So you don't want to say false statements or false things. That's why speaking the truth is so important.
That's right. I think the most important thing you have to relate is your own story. Why are you in it? Be authentic. It's okay. You know what? I worked my job for so many years. I still can't get ahead. The people at the top, they never let me go. It's always somebody else getting the raise or getting the new position. I want to do something else. I must do a plan B. I want to make some extra money.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times you gotta get into the people's needs. I know what they are. Push the button, not push the button, but like wake up. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
What if there is something better out there?
Yeah.
Why not you?
Yeah.
Who's to say that you cannot be successful? Last night I was at a meeting till very late, right? And we're having a conversation, and my friend said, hey, I met this guy in Newport Beach, which is a very rich area. And this young guy used maybe mid 30s, used to sell credit card processing at a credit card machine. You go to a business, you try to sell your service to them, right? And you can make a very, very little commission, right? But there's a lot of businesses. So those people will literally walk door to door to door to door to door to door to try to find the owner, the manager to sell their service, right? I mean, it's literally knocking on doors. And today he's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
All right. And because he went out, after a while, he decided to start his own company. And it got so big, he sold it for $200 million.
Wow.
Imagine a guy selling credit card services, walking the street, knocking on doors, business after business after business. And then end up that, less than 10 years later, he sold his company for over $200 million.
That's an amazing story.
That is, right?
Amazing story.
But the thing is, look, imagine how many doors he had to knock on. Right? How many people he had to talk to? Right? How many no's he had to get? Did he take it personally? No, because you know what? He knows he's gonna make it. He believed in himself, and he went out to do it over and over and over again.
I could totally relate.
Yeah, yeah, right. ATM, oh baby, in your ATM business, you have to find a place to put that machine, right?
Same thing, knocking on doors.
That's right.
I mean, really that consistent.
Yeah. So I would say that, I mean, this is a very straight talk, I think, today between me and you and the audience out there. Because the thing is, you know what? There's nothing easy. I mean, it's absolute fact that when I first started Jeunesse, I quit all my auction jobs to do Jeunesse full time. I had an apartment. My budget to live was about $2,000 to $2,500 US a month. My apartment was about $1,500 already. But the lease was over 3 months. We started Jeunesse in September 2009. The lease was over in December. So after the lease was over, I moved to a room in somebody's house, in my friend's house. I was sharing a bathroom with somebody else that I don't know. I was paying $750 a month for that rent. So I cut my rent in half. So I figure, my back against the wall in case, but you know what? Every day I go out there because if I don't do it, I don't have food to eat. I don't have money for gas. I can't pay for my insurance. I don't have a place to live. I'm like out there. Sometimes until we have to fall until it hurts so much that it's like a wake up call. Wake up,
Yeah.
But at the same time, I realized looking back, you know what? We can all do that. It's a matter, like Tony Robbins said, it's the state of being. Energetically, like right now I'm standing up. It's the state of being. Instead of sitting down, it's a different energy, right? So more animated, I can express myself better because body language is 55% of communication, right? And so, but it takes that little shift, state of being and say, you know what? Other people doing it. Why not us? You know what? Let's go do it over and over and over and over. What do you have to lose for believing in yourself and believing in the way and the things we talk about and believing in other people because you are seeing them being successful? What do you have to lose?
Nothing really.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Right?
Nothing at all.
Right. So because for whatever years that you worked and lived, you have gotten where you've gotten.
Yeah.
So when I started Jeunesse, I was 40 years old. I thought, man, you know, I don't have a house. I don't have much money in the bank. I'm still doing paycheck to paycheck as an auctioneer. I haven't learned much in 40 years.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, what do I have to lose?
Yeah.
You know what? Whatever Kim say, because she was the example, Kim Hui, #1 distributor in Jeunesse, master distributor. I've seen her make millions. Whatever she say, I will say. Whatever she think, I would try to learn it, right? Whatever she do, I would do it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what I did the first 40 years because it didn't matter at that time. Only the present moment. And that reset can be done every single morning because the sun comes up, sun goes down. Every day is a new day. This is the moment right now in any particular second, minute, or hour that we can change and turn our state of mind just like that and move in the direction to achieve that success.
And what I hear, a lot of what I'm hearing now, Samson, is that you're coachable. Your success is directly tied to you being coachable. Like Kim said, do this, and you did that. I think that's so important as business, especially entrepreneur like myself and yourself, right? We already know how to do business. We already know how to do this and that. Yet you wanted to learn from someone who's successful in this industry who's made money.
Yeah.
I think that's really a key point, especially when you're talking to people who are successful. Because they have their own way of doing it.
Right. And there's two reasons how you become coachable. Okay. One is if you're hungry enough. You know, when I lost a lot of money in my furniture business in 2004, in 2005, I went to a lot of classes to learn, you know, self-development, why I fail, and some of the reasons how to be financially independent, blah, 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 right? So the trainer said on stage, you can be either right or you can be rich. Yeah. Which one do you want?
Rich.
Right? I would choose the rich over the right any day, right?
Yes.
So that was it. But that was simple for me. I just believe in that. I can be either right or I can be rich. So either I can use my misjudgment for 40 years to do Jeunesse, or I can learn brand new, the way Kim Hui thinks, the way she talks.
Yeah.
Create a new pattern, create a new me. Because the truth is, the successful you in the future is not who you are today. That's it. That's the truth, because we have to be different. Because if we're the same, we're going to get the same result. We have to be different. We have to stretch into the unknown. Do things that we've never done before to get the results that we've never gotten before.
Yeah. And I think being that state of mind you talked about is so important, because if you always say, I don't have, I don't see it, we're always looking, right? Some people are always looking for what's next. And when you present this opportunity of Jeunesse, there's, well, that's not really for me, or whatever it is, right? They come up with an excuse. I think that's when you have to realize, hey, I've been asking for something. This might be the one. Let me just open my mind and get to work, or listen, or do the steps that I was asked to do, step by step by step. I think that's so important to understand, that state of mind. I want this. I want something different than the decision I made 5 years ago that put you in the lifestyle today, right? I want something different. So I want to make a decision today that's going to change the direction of my life. I think that's so important, the mindset of that.
Yeah, and sometimes we have to be a little strong.
Sure.
Okay, so like what I mean is, if it's our friend or family, we really care about them, and we know that it could change their life. Okay, now, well, we might need to push a little bit. What I mean by push is, it's like, why you think it's not for you? Why isn't it for you?
Yeah.
Right? Why do you think you can't be successful when other people are doing it? What's holding you back? What happened to you in the past that's holding you back?
Yeah.
Where are you living in the moment where you got to live in the present, because the past doesn't matter. Why not give it a shot? I'm here to help you to do it together, and many other people are doing it. So sometimes you need to like push a little bit. Yeah. So you mean to tell me that all your college education have gotten to where you are today, and you're still not happy with it? So why not do better? Are you so dedicated? Why not do something for yourself instead of doing it for your boss or the company?
Well, that's a great point.
Do you feel happy contributing or not contributing enough because you know you have so much more potential.
Yeah.
Why not you?
Well,
Yeah.
so that, I mean, that's brilliant that you said that, because a lot of people are stopped by things that happened in the past, especially maybe the industry or so forth, and that belief isn't there. So I think that's really important what you just said about what was it? What is it that's holding you back, right?
Yeah. That's a little bit heart talk though.
Yeah.
It's not from the head.
Yeah. No.
Heart talk because you're going to use your heart
Yeah.
to express to them, hey, you know what? I care about you. You can do it. Why not you?
Yeah.
You know? So that's the difference. Sometimes, you know, that's actually a very common approach I saw our Double Diamond Chloe use. One time we were in Malaysia at a big event, and she just used her heart to say, hey, you know, she said the same thing in Chinese. And she was so powerful because when you say that, it's the idea of them doing the business is not about you, it's about them. And that's the difference. If we really believe, if we really have the intention to help them, that gets the message across so strong. And you want to, you know, if you don't know how, think about it, write it down. You know, write down the words that you're going to use. Write down in a way where, you know, you got to say it as if you were talking to your kids.
Yep.
You know, or somebody struggling.
Yeah.
You know, use the heart to do that. It's very powerful. You know, that's the thing. You know, like the contrast is like when I used to have my own business, I never talk like that because I always use my head.
Yeah.
You know, so it did. But if you use your heart,
yeah,
it's extremely powerful.
That's amazing what you said, because we get into our head and then we start thinking too much. What would they think? What would they say? Are they going to judge me? This is one of these things that you're doing again, like other people. That's when we get in our head. They never said anything. We're already thinking, we're already prejudging ourselves what they're going to say when I speak to them. So when you speak with the heart, Samson, I think it's brilliant, because we're not here. We're talking about what's in it for them.
Yeah.
Wow, that was really good point.
We literally have to, maybe before we think about it, tap our heart so we know it's speaking from here.
Yeah.
What would I mean, before you say anything, ask what your heart would say.
Yes, true.
Yeah, try to get in there. Sometimes it's hard because sometimes like we're business people, we're so, you know, left brain driven, even left brain with the logic side, right? Yeah. But it's the heart that's actually the most powerful. You can reach the most people.
Yeah. Or we just want to look good by saying the right thing, right? We're so concerned about being liked and looking good. We're not talking from our heart. We're thinking about us rather than.
That's right, and that's a great point. You know, because the heart has nothing to do with about how you look.
No,
it's all about how you make other people feel.
Yeah. Just like how you said that when Chloe shared, it was so powerful because she went into her what the other person's dealing with, and here's a solution.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Wow. You know, wow, this hour has gone by pretty fast.
It's good. Wow. Okay? 5 minutes left. So Samson, tell me, with all the experience that you had in this, okay, the changes, the person you become, because I've seen some people transform. What have you seen people, who they become in this journey? Because I know you've dealt with so many hundreds and thousands of people around the world. They're not the same person when they start from the time that they are today, right? Tell us a little story about that.
Well, I would have to say that money doesn't change anybody. It does magnify who they are, though.
Yes.
Like I've seen people, if they're insecure, even if they get to double diamond, they're still insecure. Yes. But but the thing is, the most important thing is that we have to allow ourselves to grow as a person.
Yes.
And sometimes it takes the roughness, the disappointments, the hurt, maybe the resiliency where we can grow our grit. We got to have grit in this business. We got to endure. Endure. That's how we get through things, right? And you'd be surprised how much we can endure. And it's through that grit, that hunger, the desire, we still want it, we hang on to it, we don't let go. That, you know what, over and over and over again, we create that habit in us. That's over time, we become tough. And over time, we start saying, you know what, that toughness, that problem, that misconception, we thought it was so big, it's like tiny bit now. It's nothing when we look back. All that fear you're talking about thinking, oh, what if?
Yeah.
If you look back, it was nothing, and it was a waste of time. I was just telling Michelle this morning, if it's not productive, don't waste time.
Yeah.
You rather spend your thoughts and time thinking about happy stuff or positive stuff or productive stuff.
Yeah.
So I would say is, we have 8 days left. Well, you'll be surprised what you can do.
Yeah.
Today I was talking with Dennis. I said, look, you have people achieving the rank, right? If they have already achieved, we still have 8-9 days left. Make them stretch for the next rank.
Yeah.
Because that's exciting. If you achieved the rank already, and you want to and the goal already, and you want to stretch it a little bit and try to prove to yourself what else you can do.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised what can happen. And at those moments, like, a couple of weeks ago, I was on a webinar with Robert Ting, where they have this one single mom, like, worked so hard, like day and night. Finally, the very last minute, they were still putting an application, and they made the promotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
They made $6,000, and the whole team was just crying because, they were working so hard to help this one person be successful. So that's what it is. That's what really makes some people, from being, from the beginning to achieving their goals and dreams. I mean, it's beyond rank. That's what makes some people.
It is.
It's a
now we're coming to the end of today, and what I really got from what you just explained, Samson, it's really about being on the court, playing the game. Like you said, Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players, he's not on the stands watching. I think most of the time we're too busy in the stands watching everybody else play. Like, for example, there's some baseball games going on or basketball games, whatever it is. I call some friends, oh, I'm at the game. I said, what game? Because I am the game. So that's what people aren't really in the game. They're not playing the game. And the playing the game is your life. And I think that's really important. That's what I got from what you shared about the game, being in the game and not on the stands watching others participate.
That's right. And I would highly encourage everybody. I'm going to pick up the book and the audiobook. One of the best people I've listened to about the game of life is Simon Sinek.
Oh my gosh, he's amazing.
He has a book called The Infinite Game.
Yeah.
So let's go through it together. I will be bringing lessons from that to all of us in the future. Okay.
Infinite Game.
Because I think what I realized that when I first know of him about 5-6 years ago, he was just starting out. He did a TED Talk, 20-minute TED Talk called Start With Why. It's on YouTube, Simon Sinek. Okay. And in 20 minutes, he explained a beautiful concept of why we do the things we do and how we should look at it. And then the next book he wrote was called Leaders Eat Last. Yeah. Very powerful book on leadership. After I read those 2 books and listened to those 2 audiobooks, I realized something. All that I've done in Jeunesse, we did all those things he talked about and more. And he was able to articulate it in a way where it's easily understandable. So I highly encourage all of you, when you do have time, that you go look him up, Simon Sinek, and listen to him, watch his YouTube, and get a little bit more clarity of why you are here and where you are going. And how you can lead the team and grow the team better. So all the best. God bless everybody.
Thank you so much, Samson. It's been an honor for me to partner up with you, have this discussion. I know there's a lot of people. Thank you so much. There's a lot of people who are here who are grateful for your knowledge that you just shared with them. So thank you so much. I learned a lot also participating with you. So thank you, Samson.
Yeah, we're co-creating, co-hosting.
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, everybody take care. Have a fantastic week. 8 to 9 more days, depending on where you are. Elite 2020. Stretch, reach for it, and stretch more beyond what you ever thought.
And don't forget this week. Yeah. And don't forget this weekend, 2020 Expo.
That's right, APAC.
Yeah. All right, guys.
God bless. Stay safe, everybody. Thank you, boss.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
If you see something for yourself, get back to the person who shared this video with you. And don't forget to subscribe to the official USGS YouTube channel to receive future videos.